Hi guys, it's Meg. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to share this video with you guys and I really hope you find it to be helpful. I know I'm in a different background, but I thought since I was just chit-chatting with you guys today that it might be nice to look at something different other than my bed. So hopefully you guys don't mind the different background. I'm just in my living room today. I wanted to start off this video just saying that I'm not a dietitian or, a nutritionist or a trainer or anything like that. I'm just a regular girl. I went to college and I have a bachelor's degree in marketing and business, but that has nothing to do with this. So these are just, things that I've learned along the way that have really helped me lose 100 pounds and keep it off now for a year, which I'm really proud of myself, and I'm just so still excited that I was able to get the weight off. But I'm a mom, I have a daughter. I gained probably 20 pounds after college, and then I gained another like 75 pounds after I had my daughter, or while I was pregnant with my daughter. So if you want to read kind of like the whole story of why I gained weight, how I gained it, all that kind of stuff, I do have a blog post that I did about a year ago once I hit my goal weight. So I'll link that down below. It has a ton of pictures of like my heaviest to my lowest. So at the end of this video, I will incorporate a before and after, but that goes into more detail of like how I gained the weight and all that. But this video, I want to just be really positive and give you guys 5 solid tips that when I sat down to film this, I looked back and thought, okay, what did I do? Like what changes did I make? And what really helped me lose the weight and now keep the weight off since, it's now been about a year since I've had the weight off. So I hope you guys find these things helpful, and I think that they would be really beneficial to you guys to think about, even if you have 5 pounds or up to 100 pounds. So I just want to let you guys know that no matter where you are in your fitness journey, any small positive change you make towards living a healthier lifestyle is just, you should be proud of yourself. Either if you don't ever eat vegetables and you ate a carrot today, you should be happy you made that choice because it's better than eating potato chips. Or if you got off your couch for the first time today and just did one, loop around your block, you should be proud that you're making a step in the right direction. So I just found that by not looking at everything in such a huge, like, I need to lose 100 pounds, I want to run a marathon, set small goals for yourself. So that's going to start us off for our first tip. Number 1 is to set a goal for yourself. Now, I envisioned myself kind of like my dream body, and I just kind of pasted my head on that body in my mind. And I just kept thinking about that. When I had 100 pounds to lose, I knew I needed to lose 100 pounds. I weighed 244 pounds, and I wanted my goal weight to honestly be about 165, and then I ended up being now 145, give or take a couple pounds, but I just set smaller goals for myself. At first, I just wanted to weigh under 200 pounds. When I lost that weight and I hit under 200 pounds, I was so excited and so proud of myself, even though I still weighed 198 pounds, which for 5'2.5" is too large. But I was so happy and so proud that, with a new baby and, my husband being deployed, that I was able to make a positive change for myself. So any small goal you set and you achieve it, just be so proud of yourself. So once I kept hitting those goals, I just kept making a new goal. So once I was under 200, I wanted to be 180, and then I wanted to be 165. And then once you hit those goals, it feels so amazing. But if you say, I just want to lose 100 pounds, and it takes you a whole year to get there, you might have kind of ups and downs and kind of fall off track if you don't have small things to kind of keep you in check until you get to your end destination. So my second tip that I have is just to be positive. I'm very sarcastic by nature. I'm always joking around and like telling stories and like joking with my friends. And for a long time, I just subconsciously allowed myself to think it was okay to be fat, and that I was a whale, and that I gained all this weight and it was hilarious and my face looked like a pumpkin, which it did, and I fully own that. And it was my own laziness and bad choices that I made while eating. But once I decided to say, you know what, I want to be fit, I'm going to be fit, I know I can do this, and just be grateful that I had the opportunity to make a healthier choice for both me and to set a good example for my daughter. That's really when the light bulb kind of went off and I started making healthier choices. And I kept positively enforcing myself and saying, you know what, Meg, that was good. You went on a mile walk today and you didn't have to stop. Like, that's amazing. So I just kept saying, telling myself, good job, you're doing great. I vividly remember like trying to run up the hill in our neighborhood, and I was so out of breath and I just couldn't do it. So I ran as far as I could, and then I just stopped and I was walking and I could not breathe, and I just kept thinking, thank you for allowing me to be able to even walk up this hill, because I was so out of shape. I was just grateful for even being able to really walk for longer than 20 minutes without completely being out of breath. Once I started to be able to jog again, I just was so grateful even for jogging like 10 seconds and then walking. So I just kept being positive and telling myself I was doing a good job. And I think honestly that just being in the right mental mind state, that's really what helped me kind of stay on the right track. So the third thing that I think was extremely important and kind of a main key to my success on keeping the weight off and actually losing weight this time around was by tracking my food. I used MyFitnessPal. I know there's a ton of other apps you guys can use. I found it to be the easiest and most convenient. You can scan barcodes on there. You can access it through your, tablets or your computers or your phone, which is what I did. And I religiously logged everything. And I think if you're gonna go this route, you need to give yourself a solid 3 months to get yourself into a healthy habit of making good choices and logging your foods before you say like, oh, it doesn't work. If you only log your food for a week and you don't lose a pound or anything, give yourself the opportunity to succeed. Don't give yourself a week or 2 weeks. Give yourself 6 months and say, okay, if this doesn't work, you're gonna switch it up and try something else. So tracking my food really kind of opened my eyes to portion sizes. Obviously fruits and vegetables are healthier, but I can eat more spinach than I can have of a granola bar. So just making those choices and realizing how many calories are in something. Yeah, something like, an avocado is very healthy, great fats, it's delicious, but if you eat a whole avocado, obviously you will realize how many calories are in that, and you might say, okay, I'm just gonna do a quarter of an avocado today or half of an avocado, depending on how many calories, you're eating for your body type. I set my calories at 1,200 calories and I stuck to that. And then I also worked out, and I had a heart rate monitor, which I also suggest. But so if I ran and I burned 300 calories, I would add that in and I would have 1,500 calories for the day. So depending on how much you want to lose or where you're at, you can use the MyFitnessPal app to kind of figure that out. But like I said, I'm not a dietitian or anything like that. So always consult your doctor, or if you have a trainer or someone that you work with, obviously go with their professional advice. This is just what worked for me. So one other thing that goes along with tracking your food, if you are not really kind of the techie type or you don't like apps or anything like that, there are other things that I've tried that I would recommend. And the first one is this Fitbook. Now, I used this for probably a week and honestly didn't stick with it. And I bought this at Target. But you guys can see, you can track your water, your food. So if you're someone who really likes to write things down, which I normally do, but it's just so easy to MyFitnessPal just so easily calculates all the calories and macronutrients and all that kind of stuff, that this just took way too long to have to figure it out, write it in here. The app was just so much quicker and much easier. But if you're someone who likes to have like an actual written down record, I would recommend this Fitbook. I think it's great. It gives you a place to track your exercises and your meals. So definitely give that a try if you want something to physically write it down. Okay, so now the fourth tip that I have for you guys is to educate yourself. So whether that means for you, go to the library and check out a book on eating healthy, or going online and maybe checking out your favorite fitness bloggers or vloggers, or going to the bookstore. I love reading books, and I love reading books about fitness and nutrition. I've always been interested in this, even though I kind of fell out of a healthy lifestyle. But I just wanted to share with you guys some of my favorite books. The first one that I ever bought and that I got started with was The Eat Clean Diet by Tosca Reno, and she also is, I think, a contributing editor to Oxygen magazine, which is my favorite fitness magazine. I definitely recommend that, and it's a kind of a monthly reminder of new exercises, healthy eating tips, and I just love getting magazines in the mail, so I subscribe to that. But I also bought this book, and this is great because it just is such an easy read, and it clearly explains good foods, bad foods, why they're good for you. It gives you meal ideas with recipes, really beautiful colored pictures, and it also talks a lot about her journey. She's a mom, and she was on a weight loss journey as well. So it was very relatable and just opened my eyes up to healthy eating and good choices that I could make. So I started off with that, and then I got more and more interested in reading about health and stuff like that. So the next book I read was Skinny Bitch, which is upstairs, but love that book. So that kind of opened my eyes up to dairy, meat, kind of artificial sugars and stuff like that. Even if you don't plan on being a vegan or vegetarian, I think it's an interesting book to read. and I think it's good to educate yourselves on different lifestyle choices. So I definitely recommend kind of reading up on health and fitness and giving yourself different options. I think it's really helpful to kind of, you know, look at health and fitness from a bunch of different angles, and maybe eating paleo would work for you and your family, and that's more attainable. For me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I don't mind cooking, you know, obviously two different meals. My husband eats meat and my daughter will eat chicken and stuff like that. So I don't mind, and I have the time to be able to do that, so I'm very fortunate. But, you know, if that doesn't work for you and your family, something like this book will really give you kind of the tools to kind of cook family-friendly meals that are healthy and that your whole family will enjoy. So I really recommend that book. And then my fifth tip is to obviously add exercise into your lifestyle. Now, I don't really like to say I have an exercise routine or a set schedule. I try and live the most active lifestyle that I can. Right now I have, obviously I have a daughter, and she's gonna be 3 in March, so she is still able to fit into our Bob stroller, and hopefully she'll fit in there for a little while longer. But that was something that I was really excited and very grateful to get for a present, was the Bob stroller. So we walk a lot, and when I first started out, I just was walking with my daughter. So if you're a new mom, I recommend a stroller. I mean, you can run with most strollers, but you don't need an expensive stroller. I know Target and Walmart have jogging strollers that are more affordable than the Bob, but if you can afford the Bob, I would highly recommend that. And you want to be active with your baby after you have them, I would definitely recommend registering for a Bob stroller, and I wish that was really just the only stroller I had. I also have another one that I hardly ever use. So I definitely recommend that if you're a mom. If you're not a mom, just adding any exercise that you can, whether it's doing squats while you watch TV with your family, or doing push-ups, things that you can do for free at your house. I don't belong to a gym, and I haven't for probably 1.5 years now, and I've lost the majority of my weight not belonging to a gym. Honestly, just walking, running, doing videos from YouTube, going to my local yoga studio, and just kind of making up my own workouts as I go. But I think it's important to have a heart rate monitor so you know how hard you're working and how many calories you're burning, which is very important, especially if you're tracking your calories. Because if you are overestimating your workouts, then you're overeating and you're not gonna lose the weight. I'm gonna go over my 5 tips quickly again to summarize the video. 1 was to set a goal, so picture your ideal body and maybe have a number in mind for small goals, and then your ideal weight that you wanna weigh at the end. Just always keep that in the back of your mind. 2 is, you know, be positive and just really enforce those good habits and be proud of yourself. 3 is to track your food, and I like to use MyFitnessPal for that. So that's just my personal preference. That might not work for everyone, but I saw definite results from using that. Number 4 is to educate yourself on different lifestyles and different healthy ways of eating. And then number 5 would be add exercise into your, you know, daily or weekly life as much as you can. And so those are my 5 tips. I really hope that you guys find this useful or maybe motivating. Like I said, if you want to see more pictures or anything like that, I'll link my blog down below. And I do try and post healthy recipes. I've kind of been slacking on it, but I have a lot of really great soups and healthy vegetarian-based options on my blog. So in case you're interested in that, you can check it out. But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I wish you nothing but health and happiness and fitness in this upcoming year. And just don't give up on yourself. The body is capable of amazing things. So just put the hard work in, and I know you guys will succeed. If you have any other questions or comments, just leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer them. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!